Hello, this is Tamsin Astor, Chief Habit Scientist. This is video 2 of the 4 videos on cleansing, and this is on cleansing your mind. So this is a step that you want to start taking during this process. You can do them overlapping or week to week and commit for 4 weeks or so. So when you think about cleansing your mind, there are a few things that you want to think about doing here. One is to think about, do you tend to get into negative limiting beliefs? Do you tend to sink into negative ways of thinking about yourself and your skill set and who you are and how you show up? And so one of the most important things to do here is to give yourself some time and space to really reflect on whether you create repeated limiting belief patterns in your life and what you can do to break them and make a shift. So one of the ways that's really good to do that is to journal, and you want to take yourself a nice notebook or a piece of paper, give yourself some time and space away from everybody else, and sit down and really allow your feelings to flow, particularly about a particular situation. There's some really interesting research that shows that particularly for traumatic events that can stimulate these negative feelings about oneself, journaling for 15 to 20 minutes can markedly reduce your post-traumatic stress disorder feelings about that. You can really reduce the negative emotional pull of these experiences. So journaling is one of the best ways to reflect on that and really get a sense of what you tend to think about yourself and how you tend to talk to yourself. Because often we talk to ourselves in a much more cruel and unpleasant way than we talk to the people in our lives, the people that we love, the people that we engage with, the people that we care for. So that's one thing that's really great for detoxing the mind. The second is meditation. I talk about meditation a lot. Meditating is hugely powerful on so many levels in terms of how it can affect your physical body, your mental body, your anger, your frustration. It boosts your immunity, changes your heart rate. It's such a fantastic thing, meditation. But it's really good for this stage because what it helps you to do is really to figure out where your mind tends to go when you're quiet. So when you're sitting and meditating and following the breath, and thoughts will pop into your mind because they always do, what's really interesting is to see what kind of thoughts pop into your mind. Do you tend to find yourself reflecting on the past and thinking, I wish this hadn't happened, I wish I'd done this differently, I wish I'd wish I could, always looking back into the past and wishing that it was different and that you could have handled something differently or managed something differently? Other people or other times of your life, you might find yourself looking to the future, going, things will be great when. Life will be great when. I'll be happy when I lose 10 pounds, I get a boyfriend, I, change jobs, whatever it is. I move house, I, can stand on my head in yoga, whatever that thing is, right? And we get fixated on how life will be great when, rather than learning how to be grateful and happy in our life right now. So those are 2 really useful tools for helping to detox the mind. Looking at whether you have a tendency to, think negatively about yourself or to fall into particular patterns. And you can look at that by journaling and writing down your feelings about things, or free flow journaling, just, writing down what's coming out of your mind right then and there. One of my mentors calls this he does this in the morning, it's the daily dump, right? It's where you dump all of those emotions out of you, dump all those feelings out of you. And when you look at them and write them down, often you realize they're not as bad as you might think they are. And then the second thing to think about doing here in your cleanse week or cleanse weeks is to meditate and really start to make friends with your mind. Make friends with where your mind goes when you're quiet and still. Make friends with your mind in terms of thinking about where your mind tends to go and how you, speak negatively to yourself or get stuck in particular patterns of my life will be better when this happens, or my life was better when that was going on. So that you can really move into a space of openness and gratitude for the mind that you have and go forward with success. So again, this is video 2 of 4 videos on cleansing. The first was on cleansing your physical body through diet. The second one is on cleansing your mind through the practice of meditation and journaling. Thanks so much.